Hi, my name is Devani, and this is the very first episode of my fitness and nutrition channel. Well, how do I start? Recently, I've became a fitness trainer. I've acquired my NASM, so that means National Academy of Sports Medicine, and what I would love to do right now is actually use it for the benefit of mankind. So recently, what happened to me was that my shoulder was dislocated. Now I know what you're thinking. Great time to start a fitness channel, right? When you can barely move your arm around. But I don't know. I guess I figured that was a good way to provide some content, and I was like, why not? So my plan for the rest of the video and a couple of videos, perhaps, is just pretty much to provide enough range of motion back into my left shoulder because, believe it or not, can't really show you right here, but I'm actually pretty flexible. And that's something that I would love to I would hate to lose. It's a downer, to not be able to scratch your back. I mean, I could scratch, for example, I could scratch my back, easy with my right arm. As you can see with my left, right now, the range of motion is it hurts. Let's just put it to you like that, right? So I have a client. Well, we were set for him to come in at 6 a.m. I have a client in 6 hours. I'm going to find some time to actually film myself working out so I can demonstrate what a lack of range of motion looks like. A, B, how to fix it. And C, what the difference can look like before and after. All right, boom. Here we are, at the gym. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of instruments that we're going to be using today. We're going to be using free weights today. All right. In the future, I'll have another video specifically for resistance bands, but because I've always believed that practicing a free range of motion, especially after an injury, I believe that there's a little bit more benefits for you. Now, of course, when you're starting out, using resistance bands, I'll admit, I probably should have used resistance bands as well. However, I didn't. I went into it. Now, this is a 5-pounder. Now, I'm going to be showing you the range of motion and showing you a couple of exercises. So, what you want to first start off on is, let's start off with some shoulder raises, right? So, let's do some lateral shoulder raises, then we're going to progress, do some anterior and some axial shoulder raises, okay? I want you to have a nice neutral spine. You can tighten your core. As you can see, it hurts like a mother. It hurts, but sometimes you have to train, you have to go through it. You gotta push past that barrier. When you push past it, that's when you actually see progression. I will admit, straight up, after I did that yesterday, after I was really pushing past the pain, it wasn't like critical chronic pain, sent me to the hospital pain, just a lot of soreness from the inflammation, from the lack of range of motion, right? So, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go for three. I want you to do 3 sets of 8. 3 sets of 8. This works on your endurance. You can go up to 8 to 20 if we're talking about endurance, but simple weight. Now, when you raise it up, you should have a nice straight line. I mean, you can obviously raise it up higher, but let's just start off on just raising it here. The next workout will be shoulder raises, but on an axial plane of motion. So, meaning right here, right? Now, what you want to do is just imagine a diagonal line. You want to keep your elbows fully extended, going back, bringing it forward. Now, the more times you do this, yes, in the beginning, yes, it will hurt. However, what I've noticed from my anecdotal experience is that the more times you do it, you go and you stay with the pain, or you fight through the pain, I should say, it alleviates. Which is why I always believe that the term movement is actually great medicine after an injury. You need physical therapy, and this would be physical therapy. So now what we have here is a regression, a 2.5 pound weight, right? It's a 2.5 pound weight. Raise it up to the side. Now, what we're going to do right now, we're just going to keep at it. Boom, boom, right here. Okay? So just keep at it. Continue. Reach back, reach forward. Back, forward. Now, just like before, you should be going for about 3 sets of 8. back and forth. After your 3 sets of 8, you can progress. So what we have here is this. So pretty much, this is your next exercise for shoulder mobility. What I want you to do is sit back and try to push your lower back, lumbar spine, as much as you can against the wall. See, the objective is that you want to have a nice neutral spine against the wall, whichever wall. Now, for cinematography purposes, this is the only thing I could really find. Everything else around me is like mirrors, and I just wanted this video to look a little less low budget than it already is, so you're gonna have to forgive me for that. So when you're sitting against the wall, you want to have your arm as close as you can against the wall, right? As close as you can. Now, my wrist is, the back of my hand is against the wall, and I'm just gliding it up. Now you see that there's no issue right here, right? That's because this shoulder is fine. This shoulder has good mobility, stabilization, and it's fine. This is the problem child, so this is the one we're going to be focusing on. This is the arm that is hard to really extend up, right? So this is the back of the hand that you just, again, just like the other shot, you want it fully against. But this is my point. This is an example of a severe lack of range of motion. As much as I want to, I cannot force the rest of the missing degrees of my arm onto, unless I forcefully do that. So the more that you actually work it out is the more progress you see. Now this is not going to be an overnight cure. This is not overnight. This has nothing to do with overnight. This is just about trying your best to fix it day by day. This, you want to play with 8, right? So let's go for it this time, 4 sets of 10. And for some people, it will be a lot. You will notice how tight you are. All right. So we're going to be doing right here some shoulder presses, right, for the shoulder, specifically for that shoulder that's having an issue. You're going to find a nice weight. You're going to have your elbows in, and you're just going to push it up, all right? So you're going to push it up. Now there's 2 positions for shoulder presses. That's one right there, and then there's one right here, right? And if you notice, if you put your elbow sticking out, you'll feel more of your scapula being engaged. So that's a simple progression right there. Remember, it's called stabilization endurance, so you want to go for anywhere from 8 to 15 reps. You want to push it, you can go 20 the most. But now, we're going to progress from what we were doing before with the shoulder presses. Now we're going to stabilize the arm that was the afflicted, the arms that we're targeting, the shoulders that we're targeting. We're going to hold up the weight over our head at the same time, stand up, so that we can incorporate our stabilizer muscles, okay? Now you're going to lift up the weight. Same time, you're going to stabilize your body. You're going to pick up your body while stabilizing your shoulder blade, and then you're going to pick it all the way up. See? Now, don't drop it, because I want you to do about 8 sets of these. Now you're going to go kneel down, go down. Now you're going to feel it just as much on the go down as you will going up. All the way down, all the way up. Stand up. Good job. This is the next exercise. This right here, we're going to be doing some simple shoulder retractions. Arm straight. Try not to have any resistance right here. And you're just using your scapula to go backward, right? You could even let it hang on your fingers if anything. That's, you can have a grip, not have a grip, doesn't matter. Just have your shoulder work backward and forward. Slowly back, slowly front. Slow back, slow front. So now let's perform some simple internal and then external arm rotations, okay? So using a weight that you can handle at this current point, I want you to slowly bring it in, then out. In, then out. You don't need to go fully out. You don't need to hyper it. Just have it straight ahead, and then let the weight touch your body. Now, again, you can do this on the cable machine if you want, but the beauty about free weight is that you can do it in many different angles. See what I'm doing right now? More of an axial angle. Right now I'm going more on the axial plane of motion. I said axial angle. The axial plane of motion, same thing. Now that was internal, but there's also external, and we're going to perform that right now. Same thing like before. Now this is a little tough for me, I'll tell you that right now. Simple 5-pound weight. Now, see, the arm that's fine can go all the way to the side. This is the bad boy right here, right? Now I can barely even get past this angle, but with enough time and practice, I can, and so can you. Boy, my shoulders feel dead. My shoulder feels dead right now. That was a great workout. It was a simple, quick little basic touch-up as far as shoulder stabilization. That was a great workout. I really felt it in my shoulder. The range of motion, oh boy. That's probably another workout we can do right there another time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.